Okay, time to write the next session of Star Heights. Let's see. This one, Pincer arrives and kills. No! I am sick of writing sessions. If only I could make a session without having to put in any work. Wait. That's it! I can just have AI write all of my sessions for me. It's brilliant. And we'll start with our first totally canon movie. Okay, let's see what the AI came up with. This is Star Heights Academy, Summer Slaughter. Chapter 1, The First Sign. Interior, Star Heights Academy, evening. Alex sat on the balcony of the dorm, overlooking the vibrant campus. Something felt off, a subtle unease that Alex couldn't quite shake. Ekko stood beside Alex, his eyes scanning the city through his goggles. He could sense something was amiss, not just with the city, but with the very fabric of reality. His spirit guide, a small glowing orb named Luma, floated beside him. Ekko's prosthetic legs hummed softly as he shifted his weight.
Alex, have you felt that rippling? Like reality is trying to unravel?
Alex turned to him, her dark hood casting a shadow over her face.
You too, huh?
Lily was in her room, diligently studying. Her hero suit, a sleek white and purple combination, hung neatly on her bed. Joey was in the Academy's garage, tinkering with a modified hoverboard. They loved working on vehicles, dreaming of the day they could transform into an all-terrain dream machine. Terry was in the Academy's gym, punching a heavy bag with more force than necessary. He paused, breathing heavily. He could feel it too, the palpable dread that hung heavy in the air. It was a sensation he was all too familiar with, a leftover from his time working for Maul. He shivered, pulling his scarf tighter around his neck. Day 2. The Gathering Storm. Exterior, Star Heights Academy. Day. The sun is shining and students can be seen walking around with their backpacks on. Interior, classroom. Day. We see our class listening to their teacher, Mr. Nightwalker. As you all know, the end of summer tournament is coming up. The top students will compete in a series of challenges to determine who will be the new leaders of Star Heights Academy. Suddenly, the school's intercom crackles to life. Attention all students. This is Headmistress Forsyth speaking. Due to unforeseen circumstances, the end of summer tournament has been cancelled. The class erupts in groans and protests. I know this is disappointing, but there's still a chance for you all to prove yourselves. The school is holding a scavenger hunt, with a grand prize of a lifetime supply of pizza. The class perks up at the mention of pizza. But there's a catch. The scavenger hunt will take place outside of school grounds, in the abandoned town of Ravenwood, and it's rumored to be haunted. The class gasps in disbelief. The hunt will begin tomorrow at noon. I expect you all to work together to find the items on the list. The first team to return with all the items wins. And remember, safety first. Good luck. The class cheers and begins to gather their things as the bell rings. As Lily and Jay exit the classroom, they bump into Nelson, who has a backpack full of ants. Hey, have you guys seen Gabe? Suddenly, Gabe bursts into the hallway carrying a strange device. Sorry I'm late, guys. I had to finish this bad boy.
What is that thing?
It's a device that can disrupt the molecular structure of anything it's pointed at. Gabe leaves. As the group heads towards the exit, they're stopped by Lawrence with a thick book under his arm.
Hey, have you guys heard? There's a rumor that something is happening in Ravenwood tonight. Something dangerous.
The group exchanges glances.
I think we should check it out.
The group nods in agreement as they head out of the school and into their adventure. Exterior, Ravenwood. Night. The abandoned town is eerie and silent. the only sound coming from the creaking of old wooden buildings and the rustling of leaves. Our group of heroes splits up to search the town, their flashlights illuminating the path before them. Triffany flies overhead.
Look over here!
As they pass an old boarded-up building, Olivia steps forward and touches the boards, causing them to crumble away.
Let's check it out.
The group cautiously enters the building, where they find a room filled with old, dusty books.
Wait a minute. I recognize this language. It's the language of the ants.
What?
These books are written in a code only ants can read. They must be important.
Nelson has the ants read the code for him. It describes something terrible. Dark, experimental magic. Jay tilted their head.
It's like a storm is brewing.
Alex took a deep breath. She could feel the impending doom that was looming over Terminal City.
We should do something.
We need to warn someone. The Academy, the Hero Council, someone in charge.
Ekko nodded, his goggles reflecting light as he took the book from Nelson.
I'll open a portal to Mageia. There's an old hero named Kronos who might be able to help us understand what's going on.
Ekko gestured for them to stand close as he began to chant, his voice resonating with the power of the gauntlet on his arm. Ekko reached out with his mind, trying to connect with Kronos in Mageia. He could feel the distance between them, but he pushed through. What is it, boy? I sensed a great disturbance in the Force. In Mageia.
We need to come see you. We found something important.
Understood, child. Prepare for transport. Mageia is yours. Kronos opened a massive portal leading into Mageia. A bright light engulfed them, and they felt themselves being pulled through a vortex of colors and shapes. Exterior, Mageia. When they emerged, they found themselves standing in a lush green forest, the air cool and crisp against their skin. Alex had to brace herself against a wave of vertigo before falling to her hands and knees on the floor. Ekko emerged next, helping Terry out of the portal, who staggered back in relief.
We're in Mageia. Let's go find Kronos.
The group set off into the forest, following a trail. As they walked, Alex couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. Just then, a group of shadowy figures emerged from the brush. They were Junkers, their faces obscured by old, tattered masks. Joey prepared to defend their friends.
We mean no harm. We're just looking for Kronos.
One of the Junkers stepped forward.
You shouldn't be here. This dimension is dangerous.
We know. We're here to ask for help. Something's happening back in our world, and we need to stop.
The Junker hesitated for a moment, then nodded.
Very well. Follow us. But be warned. Nothing is as it seems in this place.
The group followed the Junkers through the forest, their footsteps echoing on the hardwood floor.
Kronos is in the old city ruins.
The Junker gestured towards a towering structure looming in the distance. Exterior, Mageia, old city ruins. As they approached the ruins, they could see that it was a sprawling city, once bustling with life, but now reduced to rubble and decay.
This place gives me the creeps.
Terry muttered as he pulled out his maul. Ekko nodded in agreement, his spirit guide Luma fluttering anxiously around him. Suddenly, the air around them began to shimmer, and they found themselves face to face with one of Maul's goons. Lily immediately drew her knife and readied herself for a fight. The goon laughed menacingly.
You're all just children playing in the shadows. Maul will tear you apart.
You first.
Lily spat, taking a defensive stance. Jay used their mechanical limbs to attack from afar, while Ekko fired energy blasts at the goon. Terry engaged in hand-to-hand combat, using his sledgehammer to great effect. Despite their best efforts, the group was overpowered by the goon's strength and resilience. He managed to knock out Joey and severely injure Terry with a single blow. Ekko and Lily were also struggling against the goon's attacks. As the tide of battle begins to turn against them, Kronos flies in on a levitating hoverboard. Kronos fires a blast of energy from his wristband, hitting the goon squarely in the chest. The goon stumbles back and explodes. I was starting to get worried. Rest assured, Kronos is here now. The old hero landed his hoverboard and perched. "It seems you have met with trouble. Are any of you injured?" Terry groaned as he pushed himself up, wincing from the pain in his side.
I'm okay, but that guy was strong.
"Indeed. Maul has been breeding stronger and stronger minions. It seems he's preparing for something big."
He's been doing what?
"Breeding stronger minions. He's always been a ruthless businessman, but this escalation in violence is worrisome." The gravity of the situation sunk in for Terry. His face paled, and he gripped Lily's arm.
I never thought I'd see the day when Maul would resort to something so monstrous. This is beyond villainy.
Ekko nodded, still catching his breath from the intensity of the fight.
This isn't the Maul we knew.
We have to warn the Hero Council. They should know about this.
Interior, Star Heights Academy. Day. The group made their way back to the academy through a portal. As they approached, they could feel a strange energy in the air. It was as if something big was about to happen. Suddenly, a strong wind kicked up. Lightning flashed ominously in the darkened sky. It was the start of something terrible. Something that would become known as the Summer Slaughter. Suddenly, a shrill alarm blared through the speakers, sending students scrambling for cover. A holographic message appeared, displaying Headmistress Foresight. "Attention all students. We've detected an intruder on the island. This is not a drill. Remain in your dorms until further notice." Suddenly, a thud shook the school. Alex's heart pounded, the ground trembling beneath her feet. She could hear screams echoing through the halls, the once peaceful campus now a scene of sheer chaos. Lily was frantically packing her bags, her eyes wide with fear. Lily's hands shook as she shoved essentials into her backpack. She was usually so calm, but the terror gripping the campus was infectious.
We need to get to the armory.
Ekko was already on his way to the armory. His spirit guide Zephyr hovered near him, its tiny form pulsating with agitation.
The island's energy signature is being corrupted.
Ekko's heart raced as he saw the team rush, the fear in their eyes mirroring his own.
We need to move fast. The spirit signature I sensed, it's not human. It's something malevolent.
Jay was already in the armory when the others arrived, selecting advanced weaponry from the shelves, their eyes scanning the room with a cold, analytical gaze.
I've been monitoring the island's defenses. Yeah, they're failing.
Jay then flew into the air, soaring above the chaos, trying to get a lay of the land. The academy was under attack, and students were being picked off left and right. Headmistress Foresight stood in her office, her gaze fixed on the numerous holographic screens displaying different parts of the island. She had been awake all night, her intuition warning her that something was amiss. As the alarm sounded, the once peaceful aura of the school was now tainted with malice. Headmistress Foresight saw students being thrown against walls, faculty members trying to protect their charges, and the once pristine campus now marred by destruction. Intercut shots. Nelson, Olivia, Danny, and other students fight against shadowy intruders. Jay transforms into a giant drill and starts burrowing through the walls of the school, hoping to find out what's going on. Suddenly, Jay's eyes widened as they saw a figure lurking in the shadows. A tall, imposing man with long black hair and piercing blue eyes. He was wearing a suit of black armor, his chest plate adorned with the symbol of the Dey'ja. Alex felt a chill run down her spine as she recognized the symbol of the Dey'ja on the chest plate of the armored man.
Terry, get the others in retreat. We'll try to buy you some time.
Terry nodded.
Lily, Ekko, let's go.
They started to run, with Lily using her powers to phase through walls and Ekko creating portals to teleport them around the chaos. Jay transformed into a tank, providing cover fire for the others. Meanwhile, Alex fought off the intruders. The battle was intense, the knight's massive form towering over the group. Alex used her energy manipulation powers to create shields and blasts of energy. Despite their best efforts, however, they could feel themselves being worn down by the relentless onslaught of the mutated creature. As they made their way through the school, Ekko sensed an unusual energy emanating from a nearby room. He directed Lily to follow him through a portal, landing them in the room. Interior, machine room, day. Ekko pointed to a large machine in the center of the room.
What is it?
I don't know what it is, but it feels off. Like it's not supposed to be here.
Lily nodded. Suddenly, she gasped, her hand going to her mouth. The machine was pulsing with an eerie energy, and as Lily focused on it, she could see the faint outline of a figure within it.
It's some kind of containment unit, but why is it here?
The answer came in a cold rush of air as the door to the room suddenly swung open. There, standing before them, was Alex. Her expression was grim, beaten from the battle, eyes wide with terror.
It's for us.
For us? What do you mean, Alex?
Ekko stepped forward, his eyes never leaving the machine.
I don't know, but we need to get out of here.
As they approached the machine, Joey transformed into a drill and started to burrow into the side of the containment unit. The others watched in horror as Jay struggled to break through the reinforced metal. Terry reached out with his mind, trying to sense what was going on inside the machine. He felt a wave of nausea wash over him as he made contact with the energy within.
It's the Dey'ja. They're trying to capture us.
Alex gritted his teeth, fists clenched tightly at his sides. We can't let that happen. Lily, can you phase through the machine and shut it down from the inside?
I'll try.
Jay broke through the containment unit with a loud metallic groan, revealing a dark room inside. A voice echoed through the chamber. Who disturbs my rest? Jay recognized the voice as that of the Dey'ja, the entity that had been hunting Lily. The robot transformed into a large, spiky mace and charged forward, ready to fight. As Jay attacked, the Dey'ja shifted into battle form, long black wings unfolding from its back. Its sword glowed with an icy blue energy. The fight was furious, with sparks flying and both combatants leaving burning marks on the floor. Jay felt a sharp pain in their chest as the Dey'ja's sword pierced through their armor. They stumbled back, their wires sparking wildly. The Dey'ja advanced, its sword raised for the killing blow. Inside the machine, Lily was struggling to phase through the dense energy field surrounding the heart of the machine. Ekko grabbed Lily's hand and concentrated, channeling his own energy into her. The energy field around them began to crackle and spark, and then, with a loud pop, it shattered. Lily and Ekko tumbled out of the machine, landing in a heap on the floor. The room shook violently, threatening to collapse, so gravitas held the room together with her powers. Jay yelled out in pain as the Dey'ja's sword pierced through their chest, but the robot refused to go down without a fight. Transforming once again, this time into a pair of large metal wings, Jay flew towards the Dey'ja. The wretch channeled her power into a ghostly hand and reached out towards the Dey'ja. The Dey'ja raised its sword and charged. As they collided, a blast of energy shot out from the impact, sending everyone flying back. Jay managed to hit the Dey'ja with their wings, but the creature turned into mist and charged into Jay's circuits, disrupting the robot's systems. Lily tried to help by phasing through the Dey'ja's body to disrupt it further, but the entity was too strong and pushed her away. Ekko attempted to teleport Jay out of harm's way, but the robot was too damaged to move. Jay finally gave up and let themselves regenerate completely. They felt groggy for a moment, eventually standing up unsteadily. Their new appearance surprised Lily.
Jay, what happened to you?
Lily rushed over to check on them. The robot looked down at themselves, noticing their new appearance for the first time.
I don't know.
The wretch looked at the robot, her eyes narrowing in thought. She grabbed Joe's hand and started to run.
We need to get you to safety.
As they ran, they could hear the Dey'ja laughing menacingly in the distance. Interior, Academy Bunker. The group retreated to a hidden bunker beneath the school. Joe, now in their male form, collapsed onto a chair, still dazed from the battle. Lily examined the machine they had found, trying to understand its purpose. Ekko watched her warily, sensing something was off about the machine. Suddenly, the room began to shake violently.
Earthquake!
Terry telekinetically sensed a small army of Dey'ja approaching. He warned the group, causing everyone to panic and scramble for weapons or means of escape. Ekko attempted to open a portal large enough for the group to escape through, but the Dey'ja's energy disrupted his ability to do so. Lily instinctively reached out to the machine again. As she touched it, The machine enveloped everything in light. When she opened her eyes again, she was standing in front of the group, her body glowing with a soft light. They stared at Lily in shock. She had transformed, her skin now a glowing silver, her eyes a bright blue. The machine pulsed behind her, and she turned to face it, reaching out her hand.
Ekko, I need you to open a portal.
Ekko hesitated, but he couldn't argue with her transformation. He closed his eyes and concentrated, opening a portal above the group.
I know what this machine does. It's a device that can warp reality itself. We need to destroy it before it falls into the wrong hands.
With a final nod of understanding, the group charged towards the portal, steeling themselves for whatever awaited them on the other side. Interior, strange dimension. As they stepped through the portal, they were transported to a strange dimension, one filled with machines unlike anything they had ever seen before. In this new dimension, the group found themselves in a vast machine room filled with countless glowing panels and pulsating machinery. The machine they had discovered back at the school was just one part of a larger, more sinister device. Suddenly, they heard the echoing voice of the Dey'ja. Well, 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 look who decided to show up. A group of the creatures stepped out from the shadows, grinning malevolently at the group. Lily stepped forward, her body still glowing with the energy from the machine.
We're here to destroy this machine, and we won't let anyone stop us.
Ekko, however, was still wary.
Lily, are you sure about this? We don't know what this machine does exactly, and destroying it could have unforeseen consequences.
Lily turned to face him, her glowing form irradiating confidence.
I don't care. We can't let this thing fall into the wrong hands. If we have to destroy it, we will.
With that, Lily took a deep breath and focused on the machine, her hands glowing brighter as she prepared to do battle. As Lily focused on the machine, Ekko felt uneasy.
What is it?
I don't know.
Ekko's gaze falls on a large control panel in the center of the room. As Ekko and Terry approached the control panel, Lily continued to focus on the machine, her glow intensifying. Suddenly, the machine began to hum and vibrate, its glowing panels pulsing in time with Lily's energy. The Dey'ja grinned, their eyes gleaming with malice. Well, well, well. Looks like our little silver-skinned friend has a bit of trouble controlling that machine. Before they could act, however, another entity entered the room, startling all the occupants. Joe transformed again, revealing he was able to change shape. In a human-like form, his appearance reminded Terry of the original Terminator film, and yet somehow endearing.
Joe, what are you doing? We need to shut this thing down.
I'm trying to break into the machine.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Suddenly, the room was filled with a blinding light as the machine erupted in a shower of sparks and energy. The force of the explosion sent everyone flying backward, slamming into the walls and floor. As the dust settled, the group slowly got to their feet, coughing and rubbing their bruises. Lily was nowhere to be seen. The control panel was smoking and damaged. The Dey'ja were nowhere in sight. Terry scanned the room with his telekinetic senses, but couldn't pick up on their energy signatures.
Where did they go?
I don't know, but we need to find Lily. She might be able to help us figure out what just happened.
As they searched for Lily, Alex noticed something strange about Joe. His appearance had changed again, this time into a more feminine form. His suit vest was now replaced by a metal dress.
What's going on with Joe? And where did the Dey'ja go?
I don't know about the Dey'ja, but Joey's change might be connected to the machine exploding. They regenerated instantly before. Maybe something in the blast triggered it? As for the Dey'ja...
Exterior, abandoned amusement park, night. As they emerged from the bunker, the group was met with a familiar sight. The abandoned amusement park that had become their sanctuary. The sounds of laughter and screams from the haunted house echoed in the distance, reminding them of better times.
Do you think they're still following us?
Alex shook her head.
I don't see anything, but we need to be careful.
As they walked, Ekko noticed something was off about Terry.
Are you okay, Terry?
Terry shook his head, his expression tightening.
I'm not sure. I felt something strange in the machine room, like a pull or something.
What do you mean?
Terry shrugged, his eyes darting around.
I don't know. It's just a feeling, like something is drawing me in.
Maybe it's the Dey'ja.
Suddenly, there was a loud noise, like metal screeching against metal. They turned to see Lily, who was now charging towards them with a sword made of light. As Lily approached, her eyes glowing bright blue, the others could see that she was no longer human. Her skin was a shimmering silver, and her hair was floating around her head like a halo. She stopped in front of them, panting heavily from the exertion of her transformation.
We need to move.
Lily, are you okay?
Lily shook her head, her gaze focused on something beyond them.
We have to destroy it. The machine. It's connected to something bigger, something dangerous.
What do we do?
We have to follow Lily's lead. She's the one who found the machine, so she knows what she's talking about.
Terry looked at the machine and the strange energy that still pulsed from it. Ekko noticed Terry's gaze.
Do you have any ideas on how to disable it safely?
I don't know for sure, but maybe if we could redirect the energy elsewhere.
Lily floated closer to the machine, her eyes glowing brighter.
I can try to channel the energy into a portal, but it might not be enough to destroy the machine.
We'll back you up.
Joey nodded, transforming into a large bird creature and hovering near the machine.
I can help as well.
Terry approached the control panel, his mind racing with possibilities. As the group was about to take action, they suddenly heard a low rumbling sound coming from behind them. They turned to see a large, muscular man with tattoos all over his body and a sledgehammer in his hand. It was Maul, the notorious villain who ran the dark underbelly of Terminal City.
Well, look what we have here. A group of heroes and a machine that I've been searching for.
Ekko stepped forward, his eyes narrowing on the villain.
Maul, we were hoping you'd show up.
As soon as Ekko's words left his mouth, the air around them shifted. The once abandoned amusement park was now filled with villains, each one more menacing than the last. The Dey'ja stood at the front of the pack.
That's a problem. I suggest we formulate a plan of attack.
Alex stood firm.
I have a plan. Attack!
Joey, in her mechanical bird form, let out a challenging cry.
Let's show them why they shouldn't mess with us.
Alex and Joey took the lead, diving straight at the villains to buy the others time. Alex's muscles bulged as she transformed into a hulking brute, her fists glowing with a bright blue power. Lily focuses the energies of the machine into one of Ekko's portals to try and destroy the machine. Joey, as a bird, fights alongside Alex. Terry, meanwhile, handles the control panel, but his mind is clouded with dark thoughts from the machine. The Dey'ja, seeing the group's plan, smirks and creates a barrier around the machine, preventing them from accessing it. Lily, infuriated, charges at the barrier with her sword of light, but it shatters upon impact.
It's not working.
Ekko turns to Terry, urging him to come up with a new plan quickly.
I can't think straight. The energy, it's messing with my head.
Ekko frowned, his eyes darting between Terry and the machine.
We have to do something.
In an unexpected move, Lily floated forward and positioned herself directly between the others and the machine. Ekko gently laid a hand on her shoulder.
Thanks, Lily. You're right. Yeah. Thanks, Lily. You're right. We have to be more careful.
The Dey'ja laughed, their confidence growing.
You're too late.
Just as things seemed lost, Ekko stepped forward. His eyes were glowing, and a strange energy coursed through him.
Not so fast.
Ekko muttered before slamming his gauntlet onto the control panel of the machine. With a loud crackle, a portal opened in front of them. Ekko smiled grimly, his body tense as he prepared for the worst. He was likely going to die. The portal opened, revealing a swirling vortex of energy. The Dey'ja watched, their eyes widening in surprise. Before they could react, Ekko leapt through the portal, taking the machine's energy with him. There was a bright flash of light, and then silence. When the light faded, the room was empty except for Terry, Joey, and Lily. The machine was gone, and so was Ekko. Terry stared at the now closed portal. A heavy silence filled the room as Terry, Joey, and Lily processed what had just happened. They all knew that Ekko had sacrificed himself to destroy the machine, but they couldn't understand why. A lone tear falls from Terry's cheek. Fade to black. Exterior, ruins, cloudy day. Ekko awoke with a start, his eyes flying open. His surroundings were unfamiliar. A damp, dimly lit cave. He sat up slowly, his head spinning. It took him a moment to remember what had happened. The summer slaughter. He couldn't shake the feeling that something was still wrong. There was an emptiness inside him that he couldn't explain. The summer slaughter. As Ekko stood up, he felt the weight of his gauntlet on his arm. It was still there. He flexed his hand, and the small spirit inside it came to life, buzzing around excitedly. Ekko frowned. As he stepped out of the cave, he noticed the world around him had changed. It was darker, more desolate. The summer slaughter had taken its toll on the world. The remaining heroes had been killed. Was he in the future? The end.